And welcome back to Motor City Aquatics. Don't know if we'll be able to control this camera due to the fact that YouTube does not allow me to, not YouTube, but StreamYard does not allow me to use it. I can't control it when I go through this, but I can control it on YouTube, but just not StreamYard because I can't have two apps running in the background at the same time. So, but this is my CPD tank, my breeding tank, and the tank that I grow out some longfin bristlenose plecos, the super reds. So let me see if I could change that a little bit. I don't know if I can. We'll leave it at that and see. But this tank has a batch of longfin super red bristlenose before I move the parents to the tank next to it. So instead of taking these guys out when they were really little, they actually learned how what to feed on and stuff before I moved the parents. So they did really good. Because I noticed that if I move the babies when they come out, if I put the babies in another tank before they're hatched, let's say before they're hatched, and I put the cave in another tank, there's a very good chance that a lot of them will not live. They'll die. And the only thing I can think of is they don't know what to eat. That the parents show them, because when I leave them in with the parents, they all live. I mean, it's just, I don't lose any. There's just tons of them. But I didn't have that issue with just regular bristlenose plecos, the blacks, the browns, albinos. I didn't have that with any of them. So, the only thing I can think of is that they have an issue with being separated from their parents. They need to stay with their parents just for a little while so they can, learn what to eat and stuff like that, to survive. I can't figure anything else out because when I don't switch them, then they all live, but if I take them out, then they die. You'll have a lot that die off, and I can't get around that except when I leave them with the parents. Only Oscars. Hello, hello. Yeah, see, this camera won't let me back off or anything. I would have to, hold on a second. There we go. That's a little better. But now I'm going to get that glare. What do you want? Only Oscars. How are your Oscars doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I know Vinny stepped out of the 9:30 time slot on Saturday because he's doing whatever he's doing. So I'm thinking I'm just going to pick it up and do Saturdays. So I'm going to give that a shot since, I don't know. I don't want that slot to just disappear. And there's, it's a good time slot. It's a good, I miss him too. I don't know. He chose to go. He chose to, go with his other channel, to spend time with that. So, which is cool. I mean, his other channel, I think his other channel is cool. I'm going to be doing one too. It's just, I'm waiting for it to get cold out, and there's not like stuff to do. I have a bunch of stuff already ready. I just have to get some literature to add to, what I have and everything to start it. But it's going to be about unions, since I'm in the union and stuff. It's just going to be something to add on to that. But, now that the weather's starting to change, there's not like there's going to be a ton out there. So I'll be picking up here and start streaming more. Everybody can see what I've been doing all this time and all my stuff. That's what's hot, what's not, and everything that's doing really good. And I'll start streaming the saltwater tank, and showing that, and the do's and don'ts and what we learned, and fish you can have and fish that you shouldn't have. If you have a tank with a lot of flow or not with a lot of flow, or all sorts of stuff like that, and how dangerous snails are. In a saltwater tank, and how it can crash super simple and you can lose everything. And there's just a bunch to it. So we'll have a lot on that. But, and like I breed copepods for the saltwater tank now, so I can show you that. And the CPDs, I finally figured it out to where I don't know why I have this glare. Why do I have this freaking glare off the tank? It's like real crazy. It's terrible. But anyways, I figured out the CPDs and how to get them to stay alive. It's people say, yeah, they're easy to breed. Well, it is, but how do you keep those, when they go from, an egg to what you see on the screen now, to get them at least to where they can fend for their own and start like eating a little, to the time to where you can feed them live baby brine. From hatching to live baby brine feedings, how do you keep them alive in that amount of time? So that was what I had to learn. So, Jeff Kane, what's up, my brother? I'm going to stream over everyone at some point. Yeah. Well, when I started back in the day, I was just trying to, build some kind of, a name, and I had to build not just a reputation, but I had to build trust, for selling my products and selling my animals, and, let people know that our stuff is really top quality, high quality and stuff. So, there was a lot to it, so that's why I kind of jumped in everywhere I could. And, it is what it is, and I did what I did, and I'm almost to 1,000. I mean, I'm like 946. I've been here for like, I don't know, a couple months now, but I can't blame that on anyone because I haven't been streaming. So, it's like I said, with the summer being so busy, would you stop? Would you go over there? Go see your mother. Go on. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the summer, and and a lot of good stuff, a lot of some kind of sad stuff, but you're busy. And so now that that's over with, and winter's getting, well, at least fall, things will slow up. Our beagle wants to play, that's why you hear him barking. But fall getting ready to come, and then winter, I'll be able to have a lot more time to get on here and do this. But yeah, believe me, I miss doing it. That's why I jumped on here, because I wanna take this time over. I miss seeing Vinny, but hey, look, if he's not gonna be here, it's like all of us coming here for so long kind of built this spot, and I don't want to lose this spot to just anybody. So I think I want to take it over. And so everyone knows they have a Saturday evening show to come and watch. That you can rely on to be here every week. So, well, yeah, that's fine. Shut up. Metalheads, what is up? Aquatic Mayhem. Jeez Louise, how are you doing? Hey, don't forget, you guys could come up, people could come up if you want. I think I had just like always 10 people on here, so but yeah, Metalhead, good to see you. Hello. I was asked to stream the fish room build, so it would be extremely boring, but it will be there. Yeah, I don't know. There's like, like people were saying that, oh, how come you didn't video the first day of your saltwater tank to where you're at now? Here, let me move the camera. So we can see each other, and I'll be all tangled up in wires. Not really, but I haven't used this stuff in so long. Luke plays Roblox down here all day, so it's kind of funky getting used to everything. All my wires are all twisted up, but I had to put my extension on in case somebody needed to see some of my stuff. But hello, everyone. But yeah, I was asked how come I didn't video the saltwater tank from the beginning. But here's the thing: is I posted a couple things on the saltwater tank. It was slammed front to back, top to bottom with algae, and I didn't know what it was. Well, what it was the light. We had way too much light, so we cut it down to literally we do I don't know, max. I mean, literally max, which almost it's never now. It's around 7, right around 7, and every 99.9% of all the algae is gone. So I mean, I even have to get rid of a fish because actually a fish killed another fish fighting over the algae and stuff. But anyways, I mean, it's learning experiences and everything, but I don't know. It's I don't really think I want to video my aggravation and my irritation on here because it's I don't know. I don't want to come on here and cry, complain, boo-hoo, and talk about how much money I've lost and how much it's costing me and boo-hoo, and I don't want to do that. And if I've done that before, I'm sorry, but I just don't want to do that. I could just tell you, look, this is what happened to me. Don't do what I did. And that's that. But I think over the years that I've been doing this, I've come to realize that telling you folks what things cost, how much I lose, or if I don't lose, or anything like that, it's I don't know, it takes away from the purpose of the whole reason that I always came on here before was to try to help others that are interested know that it's not fearful, and it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, holy crap, taking care of a saltwater tank it's not easy. It's not a 60-gallon breeder full of CPDs or a 60-gallon breeder full of 150 longfin super red bristlenose. It's not that. Like I said a little while ago, and we can get into it in other streams, but you lose a snail, you could come home after work or something and the whole tank will be wiped out. That's a bad thing with saltwater, man. At least, I mean, with mine, because I only have a 40 gallon all-in-one Nuvo or whatever it is. It's scary. So it's like, I mean, my clownfish themselves were expensive. They're naked clowns. I mean, look them up. I don't need to tell you how much they cost. Clownfish are ridiculous. Those black and white ones. I mean, they got lightnings, this, that, the other, and they go hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and if you get a snail or one big snail that takes a dump and just dies, clownfish are really strong though. But I mean, if you go away for 3 days, there's a chance you could lose the whole tank. It's really scary. But if you have like a tank of frags and softies and corals and all this stuff, and let's say you have like one or two fish in there, maybe a pair of clowns, because they're so strong and nothing else, there's a good chance that you'll be all right, that you don't have to worry about anything. But if you lose power and it gets cold, I mean, there's a lot of fear in it, so, but taking care of it, I mean, it's not bad. So, but yeah, a collaboration of curiosities. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've been watching a lot of her shit too. Have you tried Google Ads? I've got 1,000 subs from the ads. No, I don't know. No, I haven't done anything. Here's the thing: is I've fallen off. With the summer, with work, I mean, everything's positive. It's everything's good. It's just good. I don't want to say anything, because not everyone's doing all right, and I don't want to make, it sound like I'm better, but I work really hard, and I mean, other than my family, support me when I was injured, I had all you guys to help me get through too. I mean, I have almost 1,000 subscribers that helped me get through my injury, I mean, all through COVID and stuff. That was really important. Getting back to work was really hard. It was painful. I actually am in a position now to where I go to the chiropractor once a week, and I'm actually in a position now to where he almost can't even crack my neck anymore because everything's starting to stay where it's supposed to. When year and a half, 2 years ago, they had cracked my neck, and I swear it would sound like it'd go 30 cracks one way, 30 cracks the other way because it was so out of whack. But trying. Well, thank you, only Oscars. I cut my lights in half, cut mine too. Still running 16-ish hours. Now, see, the big tank or the shrimp tanks and the tanks up here, the more they grow algae, the better, but just not bad algae. It's like, that one down there, I'm having an issue with the Pleco tank. I have 2 sponge filters that I haven't really turned up. Well, I know, turn them down, and then I have the filter. It's the 55 tidal wave. Well, it really gets the tank churning now, and so the tank kind of stays cloudy, but it's not from ammonia. It's from the green beans. I feed so much green beans because I feed other stuff, bloodworms and stuff like that. But and who knows? It could be the filters are plugged up. Because I just took the 55 apart recently, and the motor was all full of gunk. Probably first time I cleaned the motor in a year, since I bought it. It was the very first time. So, but yeah, it's the shrimp tanks that I have 3, 6, 7 shrimp tanks left. This tank here is my grow out for my CPDs. What I do is I get them to a size in here, and when they're at a point to where I think that they could eat a baby CPD, then I pull them out and I just put them in the big tank. Nobody's going to eat them. They're too big. So I just take them out of there and I just keep the rotation going. And then, if people want to buy them, I just pull them out of the big tank. And, the Plecos, I don't even know how many I have in here, but they keep the tank spotless. That tank spotless. I got some down in here in the CPD tank, keeping it spotless. I mean, I got them working. They can't just live in a tank for free. You got to do work. I mean, do you know how much can of French cut green beans cost these days? I mean, that's 69 cents or whatever. You got to work it. You got to work it. But yeah, so the lights up here, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some days they don't get anything, but they're right at the basement light. So, all day long they get the sunlight in here. So get my salt tank fish safe. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of money in it because you buy any of those corals, soft ones. We like the soft ones. They come out and they spin around, and we have like little pom pom crabs and little. It's a crab that lives in the big oh shit, what's the name of that thing? See, I don't even know all the names exactly. I'm just, I mean, we haven't had it that long, but I'm getting used to it and stuff. But we got a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's just so cool. There's a big difference between fresh and salt, to see everything that lives in there. Even though, Boost lives, Java, ferns live, mosses live, all sorts of stuff like that, but it doesn't retract and come out of stuff and move around. The experiences, there's a whole different experience, which they're both incredible, but the saltwater really, I mean, it sucks you in. It's just probably, and I'm new to it, so that's probably why it's so exciting right now. But I watch you, Adele. I'm always watching your stuff. You're always walking around places with a mask on, or you're on a train or a bus or something. I'm always on there. Yep, turning it up tonight. Woo! Arizona sweet tea. Hope you guys can still understand me. I'm halfway through the can. I do what I do because I enjoy doing it. That's the thing. And it's like when I had so many tanks, I really enjoy it. But it became overwhelming when I had to work because it was a job to take care of those, 66 tanks or whatever. And then when I started working again, I was like, wow, now I have 2 full-time jobs and I don't want that. What does Jeff say? We all lose money in this hobby. The whole breed fish for profit is a trap. When you run the numbers, you're better off with a job at McDonald's. Yeah, it's I mean, you do make money. But I think the word that you used is not. I think the word you use, breed for profit. I don't think that's a trap. I think that's the truth, because it's a slim, it's a profit. A profit of what? Okay, like I bought 6 CPDs from, I can't remember who it was. His wife's on here and her husband. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But anyways, I bought 6 of them, and then I started breeding them. It took me a while to figure out how to get them to live. I mean, I sold a ton of them, but when you pull out 75, 80 eggs a day and you might get 10 of those that live, you're doing something wrong. So does it cost me? It really doesn't cost me money. I mean, I have a 60-gallon breeder, which it houses the bristlenose, the fish, all the plants that are in there, because I'll sell boosts and all that. I got all that stuff in there, but it's it's really pretty, so I enjoy the tank. No heat, no nothing. So the thing is I wouldn't get rich off of it, but I'm able to afford like food, saltwater stuff, because holy crap, a bucket of saltwater or salt is $50, I think, for a bucket of salt. So, and maybe I could buy some new frags, and if I could walk into a pet store and walk out with $200 to $300 worth of stuff just by taking some of this stuff, to me that's a huge deal. Now, I do understand, Jeff, that not everyone gets the same hookup that I do, because I have a friend that owns a store. I understand it because I have a store down the street from me that gave me their prices, and I won't. I've never taken them a CPD or a longfin. Won't do it because, the people I got my longfins from when I first bought the 6, they are $32 a piece. And what's her face works there? The girl that used to work for LRB, she works for the company. But I bought them. They had a 50% off sale, and I bought 6 of them. 2 died. I had them in the big 2 or 125, and I think something ate them, but 2 died. So I pulled them out and put them in a 10-gallon, and then they didn't do anything for the longest time. Then when I got these 60 breeders, I put them in here, and the first male that started to show bristles, he had a batch of eggs, and then right after that, he showed up dead. He was upside down white. I was like, what the heck? Well, bam, the next one started to show bristles. So he had to have killed the other one because he was the dominant one, and he wanted to be the king. And so he now does everything. I have 2 females and a male. So some people sell them for $30 a piece. Over by me, they're $32 a piece. And I said, well, how much is an adult? Or they told me they're $30 a piece at 1 inch. I said, how much is an adult? They said add a 0. So you're talking $300 for 1 pleco. Okay, well, if I sell them for $20 a piece at 1 inch, I'm saving you $10, per pleco. I look at it this way. I don't need to get rich, but if I can have money to go wash my car and maybe buy oil to do an oil change and, buy some monsters at the gas station and fill my tank up, that's all that matters to me. I mean, I enjoy that because I make people happy. And when I get a couple dollars, I'm happy because I'm like, look, I just filled $60 up in my tank and it didn't cost me nothing, So, I mean, yeah, I feed them green beans, but 69 cents a can, and it'll last me I could feed that tank over there, all week off of 1 can of green beans, so I guess you could say too, it depends on what you're breeding. Because, copepods, I have a 5-gallon tank right next to me full of copepods. I've been breeding those. I bought copepods to feed because I have a mandarin. And I bought a bottle and put it in a tank because I figured it's $15 a bottle. And it does not say there's this many in there. You're just buying a bottle for $15. So I thought, well, what the hell? I watched some videos on it. It said what to do. And I figured, well, if I can grow copepods for saltwater, I'll bottle it up and sell it for $15 a piece too at my buddy's store, But I try to do the easiest stuff that people can't get. And around here, until when I got into saltwater, I have to drive. If I don't order online, I have to drive like 40 minutes to find a store that sells copepods, live copepods. It's really crazy. So there's a need for them. There's a want for them. No one sells them in the stores. So if I start breeding them and it doesn't cost me I'm already running my air pump and I need more lines coming off of it to take the stress off because I actually have a big hose that goes on the ground. And it's a relief valve. It's a relief hose because I don't have all those tanks over there no more. So that Alita filter or a pump I have, I don't want it burning up or getting super hot. So I just have a big hose with something on the end of it to restrict the air. And it runs all this stuff. I need more hoses. So if I just run hoses and all I'm doing is breeding copepods, hey, I'm all for it. Fish Tropic Canada, what's up, Tropic? Yeah, no, it's just the green beans really stir it up, Jeff. It stirs it up. when I cleaned the tank or when I cleaned the filter out the other day, it literally went crystal in like 10 minutes. And that was probably 3 weeks ago. I'm sure the sponge filters are dirty, and I'm sure the filter pads, because, if you got the green bean stuff going around and it goes up in there and it's mucking it up, I just have to turn the filters down, the sponge filters down, so it doesn't churn it, because that's what it's doing. It's churning the tank. I mean, bad. I drop green beans in there and they just start going all over. Yeah, you have more shrimp tanks than me. Yeah, it's but my shrimp costs more. Yeah, I got rid of everything except ones that I really, really wanted to work on. I mean that actually I have one that I really didn't. I mean, it wasn't that, I just love the way they look. So, but I have like the tank all the way down at the end there, the very back one is the Sulawesi shrimp. I don't think I'll ever go without those. Those are just the coolest shrimp I've seen. I mean, I just think they're incredible, but yeah, they're unlike any of the other shrimp. So that's why I think they're so neat. They're a really, really nice shrimp. He said I had Lake 41. Yeah, it depends what you breed. Yeah. See, it's like I thought for a long time there. I was like, ooh, look at all these people making money on guppies. And I was like, yeah, nope. I don't want a bunch of guppies and then separating them, and it was crazy, and so I didn't do that. So yeah, now 8, yeah. Yeah, all my tanks produce, here's the thing is I only cash in, let's say, I don't know, maybe once every 2-3 months. He calls me or I call him, and he's always, you got CPDs? You got CPDs? And here's the thing. He says when the problem is they get CPDs in, I think they get them from Florida or something. He said they always come skinny and they always die. I mean, just like his guppies. He says they're terrible, blah, 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 this and that. So he says, which everyone knows, if you get them from a breeder and they have a really good stock, like I got mine from, God, I can't remember that girl's name. She does I think she does the snails or whatever. It's been so long since I've been on here, but her husband is the one that I got him from. But so he had a really high end, stock of CPDs. So that's what I started with. So now when I take him to a store, and I got people over there saying, "Oh, I'm going to go home and breed them now." And I was like, man, everybody's going to be breeding these things soon, because the fish were all garbage. They were all sick, when they come in. But, I'm just glad that I'm able to give people good stuff. But the plecos, I mean, like I said, they're $30 plus everywhere. And, I'll sell them for way less than that. I don't have an issue with it because my plecos are super healthy. And it just, like I said, it just makes me feel good. Now, here's the thing. My CPDs, I don't want to sell them dirt cheap because I got to put a lot of time into them. They're easy to breed, but it's time consuming with the CPDs. The plecos, the parents just over and over and over and over. They don't stop. So all I do is I feed, clean the water, feed, clean the water. That's it. I don't have to, move them at a certain age and do this and do that. The only thing I do is I start scooping. I'll take 30 of them out of there, and they're all, inch and a half, 2 inches, and I take them to the store. And I walk in there, I set it on the counter, I tell them how much I want, and then I go shopping. And either I get, sometimes I'm just like, give me store credit. Sometimes I'll ask for the money. It just depends. But that's the thing with him. I can get more going through him, but he knows that I solely only deal with him. So I'm not going to every store in, within a 20-mile radius, and everyone has my stock. And instead of them driving all the way to his store, they can go, over here by me and they can get it. I don't do that. I drive like 30 some minutes to go to his store, to take him my stuff there, just because, he's always been 100% with me. He's never tried to screw me. He's never shorted me. He's never anything. I mean, he gives me stuff, tanks and expensive lights and expensive pumps, and the friendship there is really good. So, but now the shrimp, I don't press to sell the shrimp much anymore, because I'm kind of just getting to the point now to where I just want to breed them. I just want to breed them for the highest end, the highest grade, the highest look. That's what it is. The look that I'm looking for, that's what I want to do. I mean, because here's the thing. Everyone and their mother has, every color in the world now. So Neocardinas, it's just, everywhere you go. I mean, I have blue ones in both of these top tanks, and the tank down here with the CPD babies in them. I got really high-end blue dreams, but it's, they're just in there for me to smile and go, yeah, great. But other than that, I don't have any other Neocardina. That's it, just blues. And, they just live in the tanks, and I see them all over the place, and, it makes me happy, but all the other shrimp except the Sulawesi, are Caridina. So, I'm still making RO water. I don't think I've done a water change in, I don't know, forever. I did put the filters back in, the sponge filters. I run the sponge filters, but all I do is top offs. I test the TDS. If it's 150 or higher, I just keep putting RO water in. And they're having babies after babies after babies, and I'm just like, well, why do I need to replenish minerals if there's minerals in it? I mean, you have the evaporation. If the evaporation is going fast, then and you're not seeing any death, you're not seeing sickness in the shrimp. They eat like you've never fed them before. I just leave them alone. Hey, an extra 200 is still 200. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we all joke around, say $20 is $20. I mean, it's in this day and age. I mean, look, I don't, I find $1 on the ground, I get excited, Yeah, I got the expensive shrimp. I'm still looking to add tanks and expand on some experimental stuff. See, when COVID was going on and stuff, I was all about it. It's just until winter comes. But here's the thing is, during summer, it's like I don't want to have to take care of so many tanks. That's why I like stuff that does it all by itself. The only thing I have to do in the CPD tank is I have to pull out the breeding cups. And if I don't pull out the breeding cups fast enough within, a 3-day period, then those eggs hatch. Those little fishies skedaddle out of the cups, and I'm sure they all get eaten. So that's the only thing I really have to pay attention to. Like they're all in the cups now, breeding and doing their stuff, but that's all I got to do. I come home from work, I take a shower, then I put my hands in there, pull the cups out, dump them out, separate the eggs, put them in the containers that I have, and that's it. Feed the plecos, and I think I change the water about every 4 days. Out of a 60 breeder, I take about, 15, 20 gallons out, fill it back up, and that's it. It's simple, 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 simple. Like today, the Sulawesi down there, I even stopped doing Sulawesi salt on my Sulawesis. I weaned them off of that Sulawesi salt. Now they're just on tap water. They've been on tap water, I don't know, freaking year and a half now. I got that whole jar of Sulawesi salt. I don't even use anymore. Just keep them warm. That's it. 3G, what up? How are you? How are you? Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I got a killer 6, but hey, to let everybody know, I'm going to take over the Saturday showtime at 9:30. I got on 9:40 tonight because I was trying to get things done, and then when I was like, oh, I can get it set up, then I went to set it up on my phone, and I was like, man, if I do it on my phone, I don't know if I could just jump onto the computer. So when I was able to run down here, I set it up. And it was like 9:31 when I set it up, so I set it for 9:40. So we're gonna try to take over. Well, since Vinny won't be here no more, we're gonna do the 9:30 slot every Saturday. So hopefully, my interesting things that I have, I really do really good on my CPDs, because I guess I'm not the only one that can't. I hear people complain all the time. Oh, they don't live, they die, and blah blah blah, and this and that. People have a lot of hard times with buying store bought CPD. So, but to show you the tanks here that are full of all the saltwater little bugs and crustaceans and, just the little things that I'm doing now, I think it'll be all right. It's good to tell haters about an income source from fish. I haven't been able to say that. Don't care. Yeah, it's I don't know. That's why I say I try not to, it's not something that I brag, but I'm just happy that I can make people happy. I'm happy that all these years have gone by and no one's ever said, oh, his stuff is terrible. And it's like it's kind of like making bread. If I could make loaves of bread for free and just give them away, I would, but when you make something for something that you work hard on, it makes you feel good, so that's why I do that, but that's why I don't care to charge full price on some things, because I like to make people happy, and if I can make the pain of the wallet not be as bad, then hey, we all get down somewhere, we all benefit. Roundhouse. I can't move fish locally fast enough anymore, and locally it was still 60 miles. Holy crap. Yeah, that's crazy. 60 miles. Whew. Yeah, but still, I remember when I was watching how I got this idea was from watching what's his face? Shrimp King guy, Chris Lukop. Well, I would watch that guy go to people's homes to look at their shrimp, and they weren't shrimp sellers. Some of them, they only had like 5 or 6 or 7 tanks, but they were breeding to get it to this super high end, their type of look, what they wanted their shrimp to look like. And like their calls that they would pull out, he would be like, these are calls. He's like, these are like the highest grade shrimp I ever saw. But here's the thing is, at some point in time, you have to pull a shrimp out so that, you might say, well, that one's not as perfect as that one. Well, okay, that one's got to go then, because you want that perfection. That's what I want to do. It's like having all the shrimp was cool, selling them was cool, growing them, breed them. Okay, I've done it all, but I've never worked on something and taken it to, I don't know, wherever it can go, to look a certain way. That's what I want to do. Was this PetSmart is asking for my shrimp at $10 to me for each one. Crazy. $10 a shrimp? No, are you saying they want to buy your shrimp for $10 a piece? If that's what you're saying, no, that's not crazy. It depends on how much the shrimp is, but $10 is a good price. You don't need to change oil. That's just a myth. Yeah. Hey, my neighbor came over the fence the other day and he said, hey, Brian. I said, yeah, because I bought a new lawnmower. He says, does your lawnmower say over by that water you have that wash port. He's like, does it say by that wash port, don't change oil, just top it off? I was like, nope. Because if all you're doing is topping off oil, that means it's burning oil. And no, it does not say that. So, yeah, I know. I actually just got the oil changed in my car today. I think my oil pan gasket's leaking. I had some drips in my driveway, so I sell Plecos for $3, $4 times 100. That's every 2 months. Yeah. Well, I used to sell the Plecos, the regular bristle nose for that too. But a few years ago, I thought, well, hell, I talked to the wife. I was like, well, why don't we get some babies? I said, it's going to take 2.5 years to get them to where they can breed. You want to do it? She said, yeah. So I was just like, and I couldn't keep up with as many bristlenose plecos I was growing. I had so many bristlenose, it was crazy. And I was taking 100 plus to my buddy's store, and he was putting them in his excuse me, in his 180 gallon tank. But here's the thing. Here's what he was not doing. He would put 100 plecos in a tank that was full of gunk, all sorts of stuff. Perfect breeding ground for 100, 150 plecos. Well, guess what? That only lasts so long. Those plecos would eat everything. And then there was no food left. And I was asking him, I was like, dude, are you feeding them? Are you feeding them? He's like, yeah, I'm feeding them. And I go there. I'm like, you got cans of green beans? What's going on? Oh, I gotta get some. So he wasn't even taking care of them. I was taking them. Like I said, I'd take them 100. And I get like $2 a piece because they were like a half inch. I didn't even wait till they got to an inch. I just told them, I said, look, if you take every one I got, every time they breed, I'll give them to you for $2 and you sell them for whatever you want. And he knew that there was a profit there, and then, when you have so many, people are going to be like, oh, cool, let me get some, but he just wasn't feeding them. So they weren't living. So now with the long fins, I'll take them, I don't know, maybe 15 at a time. Now my saltwater guy, I've taken him some, and I've taken him some Sulawesi shrimp. He's gone crazy over the Sulawesi shrimp. I took him $400 worth of stuff one day, and he gave me like $20, like free stuff, like a credit. I bought whatever. I thought to myself, God, I just gave this guy $400 worth of stuff. But I was like, all right, you got to make a friend. You got to make a friend. So the next time we went back, I was like, hey, how's them shrimp? He's like, come look at the tank. I can't see him. I said, well, I told you, Sulawesi like real small tanks, not big tanks. I said, so if you put them in the big tank, they might not be alive anymore. I said, those things are $20 a piece. I said, plus I bought you a long fin bristle nose. I brought you this, all sorts of stuff. I said, I brought you $400 worth of stuff. He's like, what? I said, yeah. So when we went to go buy everything and leave, yeah, it was all free. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's on me. I was like, oh, man. So he's like, bring me more of them shrimp next time. Yeah, I will. Atkins Nature Aquariums, welcome. Hello. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping in. And if anyone's got any pull with anybody to get them to subscribe to a channel, I'd be really appreciative. I'm so close. It's like my nose is on a cheeseburger at McDonald's and I can smell the grease and I'm just going crazy. Oh, that's just plecos, regular old plecos. Yep. Oh, yeah. People love plecos. Yep. Bristle nose, angel fish food. I don't pull them anymore. Angel fish food. Well, yeah. I mean, hey, if one feeds the other, why not? It's free. I'd agree with that. I could buy shrimp and then resell to PetSmart. I think that's wrong. Well, understand this. If you buy shrimp, oh, I see what you're saying. You could buy them in quantity and then sell them to PetSmart. Well, Well, think about it this way. If you sell them to PetSmart, wherever you get your shrimp from, if it's a good, if they're coming from somewhere like me, I mean, I was getting them from Taiwan. They were going from Taiwan to California, California to me. So high end. If you could sell to PetSmart high end animals, that'd surely make me feel good knowing that the kids and everything that are coming in are getting, super healthy, livestock. So, think about it that way. There's a positive. Only 40 minutes. I drove to and from Hoffer's Pet Shop before it closed. That was like an hour and a half each way. Oof. Yeah, you breed what people need. Yeah. And everybody needs plecos. Hey, I watched, the reason how I got the idea, I get a lot of ideas off everybody. People on here have like really good ideas. But Jeff from Jadrin Aquatics, he had a video one time where he went to a buddy of his there in Texas, and he's a pleco breeder, and he does it in his garage. I can't remember how many tanks he had, but they're just packed, and he didn't have to heat them because they're in Texas and this and that, but he would just breed them up, and sell them, because the larger the plecos are, the more they're worth. I'm not trying to do that. For one, here's the biggest thing. For one, I do not want any plecos getting over like 1.5 inches, 2 inches max back there, because the dad may try to hurt him because he doesn't want the competition. So to grow them out, a little longer to where they got bigger to charge more money, I would have to have something else to put them in. Well, I'm getting to a point now to where, I need to start like working out, exercising, doing more stuff. I just turned 51 a few days ago, and it's like, I got to start getting, since my neck accident, I'm healed now and everything. My shoulders, they used to be, like out here. So I got to get back to working out. We got a treadmill. We got a punching bag. Thinking I'm going to get a whole weight set for down here. Luke wants to start working out. Luke's like 5'10", 5'11", so he's getting very big. So I told him he couldn't work out till he was 13, but he's 11, almost going on 12. So he exercises down here, goes on the treadmill and stuff, so might start doing that. But there's a few things I'm trying to get going here. So let's see, Catahoulous, what is going on? Hello. Throat's getting dry. The French cut are bad for the water. I don't know. I've been feeding French cut green beans and I got that off what's his name? Michael's Fish Room or something, that chubby dude. Stocky guy. Michael's Fish Room. He's the one that turned me on to don't give them regular green beans because they're hard. The French cut, they're cut and they're real soft. I've been doing it, I don't know, probably 4 years, 5 years, French cut green beans, and I don't have any issues at all. None. Green bean soup, yeah. Powder and guck will jam. Yep. I gotta clean it out. What you got left? Oh, shrimps. Is that what you're asking for, Tropic? I have, if that's what you're asking, I have Galaxies, Nanashis, the purple metallics. These are the oh my god. Then those are, what are those? Oh, the Dragon Blood Blues. Those over there are the Red Devils. They have the orange eyes, the red, the super red devils, then the Solo Aces. These are the boas. Boas, that's it, boas. So those are the shrimps that I have. Let me know when you do real shrimps, ones you can deep fry. Yeah, I'll be getting them soon. Not sure if I missed it, but how's your salt taste? It's doing very well. It's doing very, very well. We got rid of all the algae, and that was light. My buddy at the store gave me a light to put in the back of it. You know how you can get those, in the canister filters, the water will go through there and kill the algae that's in the tank and stuff, the blue light or whatever. Well, I got like a little $12 one from one of his customers, brought a bunch in from their store or something. I put it back there. It cleared the water in seconds because we actually thought that I had an algae bloom, but it wasn't that. I just, we enjoyed staring into the tank so much. It was just too much light. So we cut the light back probably, I don't know. I made a video maybe a month ago. Now there's no algae in it at all. I mean, I think there's like 2 little tufts in there, but, yeah, it's doing really, really good. I mean, it's almost like 100%, to where I actually look like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, Neos are incredible. Only Oscars. I miss my Neos, but the thing is, it's just everyone and their brother started to do it. So when that starts, it's kind of like a long time ago when I started shrimping. I have a tree out in front of my house, mulberry tree. Well, I fed the mulberry leaves to the shrimp one day, and they literally stayed on it and ate it like it was a candy bar. So I started to sell them on this other thing online. Well, once people seen that I was selling them and they had mulberry trees, they would message me and say, "Hey, how do you package it? Hey, this, that, and the other." Then they started giving away other stuff with the mulberry leaves so they could take the business and sell their stuff. So I was just like, you know what? I'm done. So, doing the Neos and everything I was doing, it was great. I was able to get shrimp to everybody and stuff, but then everyone started to do it. And it was like, okay, I'm bringing in these really high end shrimp, but then you go into pet stores and they got all these cheap shrimp and low grade shrimp and blue ones that are clear and all this garbage. And I was like, well, it slowed up so much it just wasn't worth doing it no more. So, but the longfin super red bristle nose, they're extremely expensive at $32. So I thought, with my ability to grow plecos so easy, if I can do these guys, if these guys grow so easy, I can drop the price and make it more affordable for my customers, my subscribers, to get these plecos at like $10 less than what everyone sells them for. How is $10 less not like the biggest discount ever? That's a third of the price discount. I mean, you have to pay shipping, but still, and that's an everyday price, 20, or $22, it's huge. So that's where I felt that if I really get this down pat and I can get them going, then I can start, getting them out there and people can start breeding them and, making money themselves. Because look, if you get, usually when they start off, you're getting batches of 30 to 50 when they're young, when they're first able to start breeding. So think about it. 30 plecos. Even if you have a pet store by you that only wants to give you a third, that's still $300 that you'll get from that pet store if you choose to take them there and sell them. But if you stand tall, like I do, and tell them, look, it's not going to do it. I need $12 a piece or $14 a piece. You got to dicker with them. And then you walk out with, let's say, $350 or $380. It's really worth it. So, I mean, look, not for nothing, but during COVID and everything, when I was selling stuff, it was paying for groceries. It was, that's not a lie. If I could sell $300 worth of plecos, that's going straight into the refrigerator, and a tank of gas. and maybe some, whatever, gallons of milk, so I've done nothing but appreciated everything everyone's ever spent with us. I mean, you guys got me through hard times and I appreciate it. So never had a guppy, never will. I'm down to 2 lines of guppies. Yep. Now I only cash out when I got a full house. Yeah. But here's the thing is, when they see you coming, they know, what you got and, the quality of them. So CPDs are cheap and you didn't finish. What were you saying, Jeff? CPDs are cheap and everyone wants them until you have them. Oh, I think they're the best fish ever. I think here's the thing. This is the reason why I like them. Not because actually one of my most favorite fish are the pseudomagills, the little rainbow fish. But these fish, I grew up every summer of my life in the mountains going fishing, and I would catch trout because that's what they stocked the creeks with. So these fish look like little trout. So I don't know what it is. It's just something about them. I love the fish. They're incredible. And then I started to realize that nano fish to me, the nano life, I should say, is way better than bigger fish, cichlids, angelfish, stuff that gets larger. It's just because a 60 breeder, I could put 150 CPDs in it, 200 CPD. I mean, it could be just banging. And you can only put one big fish supposedly per 10 gallons. So I'm going to have 6 fish or 150 fish. It's just, that's why I like them, because what they look like. But actually, the pseudomagill, the blue-eyed, and there's a few little nano fish like this I really, really enjoy. And that's why I've gotten rid of everything. I mean, everything's gone except the little nano stuff. CPDs move quick. Yeah, Foxy and Peplin. Yeah. That's who I got my stuff from. Yep. Shout out to Peplin and Foxy. Peplin's the one that I freaking got my CPDs from. These high-end CPDs. I mean, I'll put it out there. The guy, he sold them to me. Well, no, actually, we didn't even sell. We traded. What did I trade them for? CPDs for, those Shellyfish. I didn't do good. The first set I sent to him died. Can't remember. Once I get the rules to survive, I'll be happy. Yeah, her CPDs are the bottom. Yeah, that's where I got them from. Yep, that's where I got. Yep, that's why they do so good. That's why mine breed so hard. But that's what I'm saying. I learned how to get them from the eggs to where they're eating live baby brine shrimp. Once they're there, you're good. Once they can get little pink tummies like that, you're good. But before, I was doing things wrong, and that's what we'll bring up in streams. And for people that don't know, learn, and all sorts of stuff like that, because I get people complain all the time to me, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And it's when I'm at my buddy's store, so, but it gives me, see, that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of good topics now, things that I didn't have before, things that I've done my homework on, just like copepods, saltwater copepods. Don't get me on the freshwater copepods. Those things are driving me nuts, but might have to add the heater for plecos. Room temp could be too cold. Well, yeah, right. I mean, right now, I'm at 72, but as the temperature changes, Plecos don't do bad. Plecos don't do bad at all, because usually when you do an ice, or not ice, but a cold water change, that's what gets them to breed anyway. So, but down here in the basement, when I close everything, it's good, because here, let me point something out to you guys. For those of you who don't know, because you may live in a place that doesn't have a basement, this is a basement. It's underneath my home. These are called joists, which the house sits on. My arm's not going the right way. This wooden thing, they're joists. Those back there are pockets, joist pockets, or beam pockets, what people call joist pockets. Well, if you look, you're like, oh, what is that? What is that stuff? Well, here's the thing: is joist pockets over years, beam pockets. Your house, when they build a house on top of the concrete basement, they would put a foam paper, right? And put the wood over it, bolt the wood down to the block. Well, that was their best ability to keep cold air out of between the two materials. Well, over the years, it breaks down. Then over the years, these pockets start to get drafts. So like people be in their houses, go in their basements, and it won't feel right. It'd be moldy, humid, damp, real damp, all sorts of stuff. So you can pay a company to come in and spray foam, and it'll fill those joist pockets, and that helps. Or that is 2 or 2.5, 3-inch purple foam that I cut with my hot wire cutter, that I made boxes with. I cut every piece, and then you glue it on the back and you shove it up against the wood, but you leave a 1/2-inch gap around it, and then you fill it up with spray foam around the edge. So now nothing can get in between it and the wood because it's glued on there, and then the spray foam goes all the way around it. So it keeps the cold out. Nothing comes in. There's no drafts. There's no AC getting out. There's no heat getting out. There's no cold air coming in. There's no hot air coming in. So we control it pretty darn good. So when we close the basement windows up here and turn the heat on or the air on, it really does really good. But I think the shrimp know, because I don't run heaters in there. I think the shrimp know when it's winter time, because it gets down to 66, 68 degrees, because they're down a little lower, but they all do good. But yeah, with it insulated so good, yeah, we keep it really good down here. But the saltwater tank has a heater. The Sulawesi tank has a heater. That's it. Yeah. Oh, and the only other heater I run is because it's not super hot and uncomfortable in here. I see that on videos. People are like, oh, it's like 80, 85 down here. I'm like, what in your, oh my God, I could not live like that. If it was 85 degrees in my basement of my home in the summer, no, that's got to be humid and crappy. But when I do my baby brine shrimp, I have a heater. It's a 80-degree heater, 78 to 80. It's one of the ones you put in your tank and it's already set. I throw that in there, plug it in, and 2 days later, all my baby brines hatch, and then I shut it off. But other than that, I only have 2 heaters running. Everyone else likes it chilly. Big money in the coral too. Soft coral is going 50 to 100. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's scary. It's scary. Collecting and making money. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fish make me happy too. I have fish in 1 gallon ice cream bucket right now just for Friday. You're silly. Costs you $20 to go out. Oh, it costs way more than that. God, we went to dinner yesterday and it was 48, like $42, and then like 20% tip. It's crazy. It was over $50. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, you had CPDs that are all ill and retarded. Crooked. No, I got you. It's those are bad genes. Bad genes. It's I've had fish. Well, here's the thing. Look at guppies. How many guppies you see that are bent up? Because they're overbred. It's overbred. It's too much, and they just get like that. So yes, no, that's what I'm trying to say. When I got my CPDs from Foxy and them, it was just I've been nothing but happy. So you figure I have high-end CPDs, and they breed. I grow them up and I get them going. I get them out. So, but I can't get them all out because the adults only live for so long. But the thing is I try to keep the males down, and maybe, it's gonna sound funny, but I keep like probably 30 females to like 6 or 7 males. Reason being is they used to box a lot, and the males just wouldn't leave their females alone, and it keeps them from wanting to breed. So when people would ask me to sell them CPDs, I'd pull out all the males and send them males, just so they weren't hurting my females anymore. So, oh yeah, home breeders are the best. It's I try to buy from no one else. You ever test that tank for salinity? What tank? My saltwater? Did that yesterday. Modesto is close to fish store, too far for me. I sell 10 Blue Dreams for $60. Yeah, what you selling them for? Yeah. It's, $6 a piece. That's good. But they sell in the store here for $10 in the store. So if you're selling to customers for 60, that's that's a really good price. It's a fair price, but blues for some reason blew through the roof. I don't know. Everyone just loves the blues. Me, I was a fire red and blues because fire reds are sick. You breed those fire reds out, they're such a high end shrimp. But yeah, the blues sell in the store for 10 to 12. Some stores may be higher, because once they get, when you're a store that, like there's stores around here in Michigan that some stores like sell more pleco, some stores sell more large fish, some stores sell more, nano fish, and those stores have to figure out what they sell best of. So like, let's say you go into a nano fish store and you're like, hey, you want to buy a bass or an Oscar? They're like, no, we have no customers for that. You have to go to another store that that sells that type of stuff. So yeah, but shrimp, it's starting to become another, it's a money game now. It's a price game. Yeah, shrimp are the best, man. I love shrimp. Yeah, shrimp are cool, but I always if you're mailing them, the smaller they are, the better. They ship better, especially in cold weather. They ship a lot better. So from a shrimplet, not even to a semi-adult, in between there, let's say 3/8 of an inch, that's about best. And then here's the thing is if you're bringing in a bunch of shrimp, blues that are small like that, and they're blue as blue can be. They just know. I mean, you can walk in and be like, look, I got the highest grade shrimp that you'll see anywhere. I don't care. You're ordering them all from Florida anyway. So, well, I don't know, Canadian, where you guys got like the coolest shows over there too. I've been watching all the shows from over there. Oh, well, you ever watch Bad Chad? I watch that guy a lot now too. Let's see if I say Tad loves 3 times. She shows up. Tad loves. Total loves? Tad loves? I don't know who that is. Happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yep, turned 51. Motor City. Hey, Coral Works. What's up? Welcome. Am I that far behind? It's expensive. Maybe that $10 is the cost of like owning a business, paying taxes, rent, insurance, licenses, etc. Yep. I don't know. I've never owned a business. Not sure whether a 33% margin like you're describing makes sense or not. Check a wholesaler price. There's certain things are seasonal, so I'm glad Jason got his promotion. Made a short. Oh, Fishing Outdoors with Lando. Hello. Made a short earlier. I got 1.4 thousand views in 7 hours. Thank you, everyone, for all the support. Yeah, I don't get 1.7 thousand views in 2 years. Congratulations on whatever you're doing. Hey, Sir City Cichlids, what's up? And all the fine fish people say hello too. Okay, everyone. So the big news is we are going to be here every Saturday now at 9:30 Eastern time. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to take over the slot that Vinny had, since Vinny has chosen to put his time into his new stream, his new channel. It's cool because we talk a lot, but still, it's a good time for me. 9:30 is a good time for me on a Saturday. I don't have anything pressing that I have to go do, so I can spend a lot of time with you guys. So it's been just over an hour. I'm gonna get off of here, but I want to say thank you to everyone that has come on and Bigfoot Talk and hung out. I really appreciate it. And maybe you guys can pass the word around that we're going to be here on Saturdays now. And hope to see y'all soon. Like I said, maybe before next year we can hit 1,000. I'm so close right now, but I know that I have to put the time in. It's no one's job but mine to do that. I can't even. What do they have it? They have it on now that you can get monetized at 500 on YouTube, but you have to have 4,000 views. I don't have 4,000. I'm way behind on everything, but it's my fault. It's no one else's fault. So I'm not going to sit here and beg everyone to. There's a new Vinny. Yes, there is a new Vinny. Oh, Bigfoot Talk. Yeah. Oh, is that his new one? Bigfoot Talk. Yeah. But all right. I just wanted to say thanks. It's great seeing everybody, and yeah. Pass the word around. I'll start setting it up a half hour before, so everyone knows. But if y'all can come back and see me on Saturdays, it'd be great. So until next week, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you. And if I've earned your subscription today, please hit that subscribe button. And if not, I'll work even harder for it next time. But all right, everyone. Thank you. You need to stream longer for hours. Only Oscars, I used to do that. If you remember, I used to do that. But we're not so young anymore, are we? Well, at least I'm not. So, but all right. It just makes me feel good that you want me to stream longer, or you're just being sarcastic because of what Vinny does. But all right, you guys, I'll see you later. Thanks for everything. See you next Saturday. Peace.